We need to pray for everyone at Florida State University. Students, faculty, staff, parents received an alert today that nobody wants to get. At around 12:01, they were alerted that an active shooter was on the campus near the student union. I've listened to eyewitness accounts since all of this news has come out, and I've heard two different witnesses say that they saw the shooter drive up in an orange Hummer, at which time he got out with a shotgun. They said that he pointed the shotgun at an individual on the campus, that the gun jammed, and he went back and got a handgun. We now know that that handgun belonged to his mother, who is a Leon County Sheriff's Office deputy. Students were told to shelter in place, and I've talked to many of my friends who have children at Florida State, and they were frantic trying to find out where their children were they safe. This is a map of the Florida State campus, and you can get a general idea of where the student union is at Florida State. It's a very busy place. There's a lot of activities that go on in the student union. There's restaurants, there's even a bowling alley. There's just all kinds of activities that are available for the students there. And I've even heard reports from parents who were there touring Florida State for a potential place for their seniors to go when they graduate from high school. Florida State is near and dear to my heart. This is a picture of me with Dr. Bernie Sliger in 1990, receiving my degree. I married a man who graduated from Florida State as well. I met him there, and my daughter is also an alum. Our hearts are so deeply saddened. It's the end of the day now, and we know that there were 6 people who were injured. 5 of them were listed in serious condition. 1 was listed in critical condition, and there were, sadly, 2 people killed. And it's my understanding the 2 people who were killed were not Florida State University students. The shooter has been apprehended. He did not cooperate with police, and he was shot, but he was not killed. And I saw a video of him getting into an ambulance where they were locking him down with handcuffs to a gurney. The shooter was identified as Phoenix Eichner. He is apparently a 20-year-old political science major at Florida State. He grew up in Tallahassee, and I pulled his Instagram, a picture of his Instagram profile, and he had a Bible verse listed on the bottom of the profile. Let me read that to you. It says, "You are my war club, my weapon for battle with you. I shatter nations with you. I destroy kingdoms." And that's from Jeremiah 51:20. I found Phoenix's voter registration listed as Republican, and I also found a quote from him in the FSUnews.com, which has since been pulled from the internet. I was able to screenshot the quote from FSUnews.com, before it was taken down, and you can read that behind me. He was responding to protesters who were upset over Trump's inauguration on January 20th, and they were also there protesting against the events occurring in Palestine, and he just responded to the people who were there. Here is the editor's note as to why they took down the quote from Phoenix Eichner. They were saying that they didn't want to amplify someone who promoted violence, who actually not promoted violence, he committed violence apparently on the FSU campus today, again, killing 2 people, injuring 6 people, and I know giving a lot of trauma to the many people who were witnesses to today's events. I don't want to give too much credence to Phoenix Eichner, but I do think that it is of interest to look at patterns that happen with these shootings, and I think that it is interesting to look at any characteristics that we may be able to find in these shooters to just find out why in the world this is happening in the United States of America. I found Phoenix Eichner's grandmother's obituary. It says she was a proud and loving nana of her only grandson. This has also been taken off the internet. Today's shooting is not the only one that's occurred at Florida State. This is a picture of Stroger Library, and when I was there, I spent time there when I was studying for my classes. Back in 2014, a 31-year-old attorney who was an alum of Florida State University shot 3 people. One of those people was paralyzed. The police did shoot him, and he is no longer living. You know, we all start asking questions and we wonder why a 20-year-old who is the son of a Leon County Sheriff's Office deputy and was also on the Youth Advisory Council for the Leon County Sheriff's Office, why in the world would somebody do something like this? And I certainly don't have the answers, but I do know this. I'm praying for everyone who lost a loved one today. I'm praying for those who are still fighting for their lives that are in the hospital. And I'm praying for all of those students who witnessed this and I know have some PTSD from this. And guys, you've got to be strong because you have finals in 2 weeks and you can do this. And I just want to remind you of the motto at Florida State, and I can't pronounce it in Latin, but it is strength, skill, and character. And please know that there are many people out there, including me, who are praying for y'all, and we're Florida State strong.